Okay, so let's talk about solving absolute value equations. And this is a little bit different, so you'll have to stay open-minded than what you're used to, but you'll get used to it. I'm going to go really slow. So let's talk about something. There should be a space right here, but how many solutions does the equation, the absolute value of x equals 5 have? Well, the absolute value of what equals 5? Well, 5 obviously, and the absolute value of negative 5. So it could be 5 or negative 5. So in these absolute values, they have two solutions. Okay, so the absolute value of what equals 4? Well, it would be negative 4. So x could equal negative 4, or x could equal 4, right? So they want you to graph this, so it doesn't have to be anything spectacular. I'm just going to make a quick little graph, and it would be a dot at negative 4 and a dot at 4. That's all you have to do, nothing fancy. Okay, so this one's a little bit different. Don't even worry about all this going on inside here. The absolute value of what would it give me 15? Well, the answer is positive 15 and negative 15, right? All right, so you got me there. So now you're just going to set these equal to each other, to both of them. So we have 9 plus x equals 15, and 9 plus x equals negative 15. Because you told me that they both equal 15 and negative 15. It's the same thing. So now we're just going to solve it. Don't freak out. You'll get used to it. Minus 9, x equals, what would that be, 6? And then minus 9, x equals negative 21. So there's two solutions, just like on the other one. This time it's a little bit different. So I'm going to count by, let's say, tens. Your graphs really do not have to be anything spectacular, just get it done. So, but you do need to graph it. So negative 21 would be right there, and 6 would be about right there. That's it. Okay, so again, let's not even think about what's going on inside these absolute values. The absolute value of what gives you 2? Well, it would be 2 and negative 2, right? Okay, so now we have to set each of those equal to what was inside the absolute value. X over 4, x over 4. Okay, so let's go ahead and solve. Multiply both sides by 4. So this x equals 8. Multiply both sides by 4. And this x equals negative 8. So I should have done this on the last one, but it's okay, I'll do it now. Let's check this. So we're just going to check to make sure this works. So I have the absolute value of 8 divided by 4. Well, that would be the absolute value of 2 equals 2. So yes, that one works. So then let's check the other one. The absolute value of negative 8 divided by 4 will give me the absolute value of negative 2, which equals 2. So yes, both of those values work for this. So we'll have a 0. Let's do negative 10 and 10. Be about right there and about right there. That's it. That's all you got to do. Okay, let's think about this. The absolute value of what would give you negative 4? When is an absolute value answer ever negative? It's not. There's no number you could think of. You can't do 4 because the absolute value of 4 is 4. You can't do negative 4 because the absolute value of negative 4 is 4. So this one has no solution because you will never have a negative 4 as your answer. So anytime you have a negative on the outside like this, just know there's no solution because you can't solve it. All right, let's think the absolute value of what gives me 8. So it would be 8 and negative 8, right? Let's go ahead and plug in x minus 4 for both of them. So we're going to do plus 4, plus 4. So x would equal 12. And x would equal negative 4. So those are your solutions. And if you want, go ahead and check them. Tests and quizzes, I would definitely, I'm just trying to save time on the video. So if I had this was negative 5, negative 10, 5 and 10. So this would be right here, would be negative 4. And 12 would be about right there. And that's your graph. All right, the absolute value of what gives me negative 40? Well, it's just like that first one, letter D on this slide. There is no solution because you'll never have something that has an absolute value of a negative number. So I'm just this will be the end of part 1, or day 1 of this. Take it nice and easy. I want you to get used to it, and then tomorrow it will get a little bit more difficult, but that's okay.